Have you ever had the feeling that something is changing inside you, but you can't explain what it is? It may feel uncomfortable or even confusing, but know that these changes can be clear signs of a spiritual transformation. And here's what many don't tell you: this is not a crisis, but a powerful invitation to grow, align with the universe and discover your true purpose in life. Contrary to what seems logical, these symptoms, such as extreme tiredness, changes in sleep or even deep questions, are not problems to be solved, but clues that your spiritual energy is evolving to a completely new level. And the most fascinating thing? Recognizing these signs can be the first step to completely transforming your life. But be careful. Ignoring or underestimating these changes can leave you trapped in cycles of confusion and discouragement. What you really need is to understand what is happening and, more importantly, how to use this phase to unlock your maximum potential. In this content, you will discover the 7 signs of spiritual transformation and learn practical strategies to face them in a light and powerful way. Are you ready to unravel these mysteries and begin your journey of self-discovery? Let's dive deep into this universe, but not before preparing you for something that will transform the way you see the world. Spiritual transformation is a profound and often challenging but incredibly rewarding process. It's as if life invites you to dance to a song that you don't know yet, but that, deep down, you feel is familiar. Many experience spiritual symptoms such as extreme tiredness, emotional instability, and even questions about the purpose of life, without realizing that this is all part of a greater calling. After all, changes of this magnitude do not happen silently. They have their own way of nudging us and making us see beyond the obvious. Have you ever felt that tiredness that goes beyond the physical, as if carrying the day on your shoulders was an unsustainable weight? Perhaps this is not just ordinary stress, but rather a sign that your spiritual energy is adjusting. It's curious how the body and mind give us clues when something deeper is happening. People report feeling a disconnect with the outside world, a kind of subtle invitation to look within. It's no surprise that words like self-knowledge and personal growth start to make even more sense. The journey of spiritual transformation also brings with it a greater sensitivity to the energies around us. It's as if the frequency at which you vibrate begins to tune into something bigger, higher. This connection with the universe can be perceived in small details, such as finding synchronicities or feeling a sudden peace during moments of introspection. The secret is to pay attention to these signs, which may seem trivial, but carry deep meanings. And here's the key point: this transformation doesn't have to be faced alone. You can use practical tools to facilitate this process. For example, practicing meditation, even for just 10 minutes a day, can help balance your spiritual energy and prepare your mind to deal with change. For those looking for a starting point, apps like Headspace or books like The Power of Now, by Eckhart Tolle, are excellent companions on this journey. And so, you prepare yourself to understand the first symptoms that may appear on this journey. Extreme tiredness is, without a doubt, one of the first signs that appear during a spiritual transformation. And we're not talking about that common fatigue after a long day. It's something that seems to exhaust the soul. This happens because your body is using an immense amount of energy to adjust to higher frequencies. Think of it like a software upgrade. The old system needs to be recalibrated to operate at a whole new level. It's natural to feel exhausted during this process. Imagine you are in a constant state of transition. Your body and mind are working to eliminate old energies and make room for new ones. It's like when you reorganize a closet. At first, it seems like everything is a mess, but, over time, things start to fall into place. During this period, it is essential to respect your rhythm and prioritize rest. Incorporating short naps, gentle stretches, and even mindful breathing practices can make a huge difference to your well-being. There is also an emotional aspect to this tiredness. It is often accompanied by a feeling of demotivation or even a loss of direction. But that doesn't mean you're failing. On the contrary, it is a sign that your body is asking for time to adapt. A practical example is to dedicate a few nights to a simple relaxation ritual, such as drinking a chamomile infusion or taking a hot bath with coarse salt. These practices help balance spiritual energy as you go through this phase. And don't forget to listen to what your body has to say. He doesn't complain for nothing. If you feel like you need to slow down, do so without guilt. After all, this tiredness is a reminder that you are in the midst of a profound evolution. In the next few moments, other changes may appear, such as the much talked about changes in sleep, which complement this energetic adjustment and mark another step on your journey. Changes in sleep are another common symptom during spiritual transformation, and they can be quite challenging. Suddenly, your nighttime routine seems to go off the rails, insomnia, vivid dreams, or even repeatedly waking up between 3 and 4 a.m. This time, often called spiritual time, is considered a time when the connection with the universe is strongest. Your body and mind are adjusting to the new vibrations, and it can literally keep you up at night. But why does this happen? When you go through an energetic shift, your subconscious mind is working at full tilt, processing information and emotions you didn't even know you were carrying. It's like an engine that won't turn off. At this time, practices such as meditation before bed or listening to relaxing sound frequencies, such as 432 Hz or 528 Hz, can be a great help. These techniques not only promote more restful sleep, but also harmonize your spiritual energy with new frequencies. Another interesting phenomenon is the intensity of dreams. They may become more vivid, symbolizing internal conflicts or messages from your subconscious. Writing down these dreams when you wake up can offer valuable insights into what's going on inside you. Keep a notebook on your bedside table and record everything you remember, even if it's just fragments. You might be surprised at the connections that emerge as you reread your notes. Finally, it is important not to worry excessively about these changes. Remember that this is an adjustment period, and restless nights are just a reflection of that. Creating a wind-down routine, like turning off electronic devices an hour before bed and reading something inspiring, like A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle, can work wonders. And so, your body and mind prepare to face the next phase of transformation, which involves something even deeper: emotional sensitivity. During spiritual transformation, emotions become a kind of compass, pointing to what needs attention. It is as if a veil was lifted, revealing a world of sensations that previously went unnoticed. You may notice heightened empathy, feeling the pains and joys of others as if they were your own. This phenomenon, while powerful, can be exhausting, especially if you haven't yet learned how to protect your energy. This emotional sensitivity is, in fact, an invitation to look more closely at your own emotions. Ask yourself, what feelings am I repressing? What do I need to release? For example, someone who feels an inexplicable heaviness when entering a room may be capturing the energy of that space. In this case, energetic protection techniques such as visualizing white light around you or using crystals such as black tourmaline can be very helpful in creating a healthy barrier. It is not uncommon for people at this stage to feel like crying for no apparent reason or to experience unexpected joy when observing something simple, like a bird singing. These intense emotional responses are not a sign of weakness, but of an alignment with your spiritual energy. Embrace these moments as opportunities for personal growth and self-knowledge. They help you connect even more deeply with the universe and with your own authenticity. By allowing yourself to feel and process these emotions, you begin to develop a more harmonious relationship with them. To help with this process, you can incorporate practices such as journaling, writing your feelings in a diary, or artistic activities, such as painting or playing an instrument. These tools not only ease emotional sensitivity, but they also help you find an internal balance, preparing you to deal with other changes, such as those impacting your eating habits. When a spiritual transformation occurs, even your eating habits can change drastically. This happens because the body begins to demand foods that resonate with the new frequencies you are integrating. Suddenly, processed or heavy foods may seem less appealing, while natural foods like fresh fruits, vegetables, and whole grains begin to catch your attention almost intuitively. It's not just a matter of taste, but of energetic alignment. For example, you may feel like replacing your fast food routine with a cleaner, more balanced diet. It's as if your body is saying, "Hey, we need high-quality fuel for this new level of spiritual energy." Small changes, like including green smoothies or avoiding refined sugar, can make a big difference. Furthermore, practices such as eating mindfully, that is, savoring each bite and being grateful for the food, can further intensify this connection with the universe. This new relationship with food can also bring challenges. Maybe you notice that foods you've always loved no longer sit well, causing discomfort or even unexplained physical signs. This is a reflection of how your body is adjusting to this transformation. In these moments, listening to your body is essential. He is a reliable guide in this process. A practical tip is to keep a food diary to identify what is working and what needs to be adjusted. Throughout this process, you may even begin to see eating as an act of self-care and energy protection. Choosing foods that nourish your mind and soul is a powerful way to align with the higher frequencies you are embodying. And as you adjust your diet, you may notice another effect, deeper questioning about the purpose of life and the meaning of the choices we make daily. At some point in the spiritual transformation, the question about the purpose of life emerges as an internal voice that can no longer be ignored. This phase can be both liberating and uncomfortable, as it forces us to confront deep truths. Why am I here, or what really matters to me? These are questions that begin to echo. It's as if the old answers were no longer enough, and the search for authenticity became inevitable. This questioning is not a sign of crisis, but of personal growth. Many people, when going through this process, begin to reevaluate their professional paths, their relationships, and even their daily routines. For example, you may realize that stable but unsatisfying job no longer makes sense. Or that it's time to invest in something more aligned with your passions. A good practice at this time is to list everything that brings joy and purpose to your day. This list can become a powerful map to guide your choices. Furthermore, this awakening to a new life purpose may be accompanied by a desire to serve others or to connect with something greater than yourself. Often this means exploring new avenues, such as volunteering, spiritual studies, or even learning about practices that promote spiritual energy, such as Reiki or meditation. Books like The Monk and the Executive, by James C. Hunter, are great reads for those who want to align life and purpose. This phase is, above all, an opportunity to embrace your authenticity and live according to your deepest values. It's as if you are being called to align your actions with what your soul truly desires. And as you reflect on your purpose, you may begin to notice inexplicable physical signs that accompany this internal adjustment. These signs are a way to remember that your body is also participating in this journey. The unexplained physical signs are like silent reminders that something deep is happening inside you. Tingling, changes in body temperature, sudden chills, or even pain that seems to appear out of nowhere are some examples. These phenomena may seem scary at first glance, but they are actually manifestations of your body adjusting to new energies and frequencies. It is as if he is recalibrating to align with the process of spiritual transformation. These physical sensations often appear in moments of introspection or meditation. Imagine sitting in silence, breathing deeply, when you suddenly feel an inexplicable heat rush through your body. This could be a sign that your spiritual energy is flowing more intensely. To help navigate these experiences, practices such as yoga, nature walks, or even energy baths with herbs such as rue or rosemary can help balance and integrate these changes. Another characteristic of these signs is that they tend to be temporary, although they can be intense. It is important to remember that the body is a mirror of what is happening inside. For example, back or neck pain may be related to the release of old emotional tensions. In this case, complementary therapies such as acupuncture or therapeutic massages can help alleviate these discomforts as you continue your journey of self-discovery. By observing these signs with curiosity rather than fear, you begin to understand that they are part of something bigger. They are a reminder that your mind, body, and spirit are deeply connected. And as you learn to accept these changes, you may notice another need becoming evident: the desire to temporarily isolate yourself to process everything that's happening. The need for isolation during spiritual transformation is more common than you might think. It's as if your soul asks for time to breathe, away from the noise of the world. This desire to be alone does not mean loneliness, but a time to find inner peace and understand the changes that are taking place. Many find themselves preferring quiet nights at home to social gatherings, feeling that they need this space to recharge their spiritual energy. This isolation can be extremely beneficial, if used well. It is an opportunity to explore self-knowledge and strengthen the connection with the universe. You can, for example, create a daily introspection ritual, set aside 20 minutes to meditate, practice journaling, or even walk in a park in silence. These practices not only help you process emotions and thoughts, but also align your higher frequencies with the calm your spirit seeks. Sometimes, this period of absence can generate questions from those around you. Friendships and relationships can be challenged, especially if they don't understand why they behave more reserved. But remember, it is essential to respect this internal calling. A good way to explain it is to say that you are going through a time of introspection and renewal, seeking clarity about your life purpose and the changes you are facing. And the most interesting thing is that, when you leave this isolation, you return stronger, more aligned with who you really are. This period of reconnection with yourself brings valuable insights and renewed energy to face the world. And if you notice carefully, there are specific moments, like between 3 and 4 in the morning, that make this connection with the universe even more powerful. These special times start to catch your attention in a subtle way, indicating that there is something bigger at work. Have you ever noticed that, during a spiritual transformation, it is common to wake up between 3 and 4 a.m. for no apparent reason? This time, known as the spiritual hour, has special significance in many traditions. It is at this moment that the connection with the universe is stronger and that the energetic frequencies around us are more intense. Waking up at this time may seem like an inconvenience, but it's actually a subtle invitation for introspection and connection. During this time, the mind is calmer and the external environment is quieter, creating the perfect conditions for introspection. If you wake up at this time, take the opportunity to meditate or briefly reflect on your emotions and thoughts. A simple practice is to breathe deeply for a few minutes and visualize a bright light around you. This technique not only helps bring clarity but also strengthens your spiritual energy. This phenomenon can also be interpreted as a sign that your subconscious mind is processing profound changes. Many people report that in these moments they feel an inexplicable calm or gain valuable insights into their lives. To make the most of this period, keep a notebook next to your bed to write down any ideas, dreams, or feelings that arise. Over time, these notes can reveal important patterns and messages. Although it can be challenging to deal with interruptions in your sleep, see these awakenings as a gift. It's a rare opportunity to tune into the higher frequencies that are transforming your life. And, as the body and mind adapt to this new energy, other symptoms, such as extreme tiredness, may make even more sense. After all, every part of this process is a step towards a more aligned version of yourself. During spiritual transformation, your body goes through an intense energetic adaptation, which requires a surprising amount of energy. This is why you can often feel extremely tired, as if your battery is constantly at its limit. But make no mistake, this exhaustion is not weakness, it is your body's effort to adjust to the higher frequencies. Imagine you are tuning a radio to pick up a brighter station. The process requires energy, but the result is worth it. This high energy consumption is also a call for you to pay more attention to self-care. Proper nutrition, hydration, and rest are essential during this period. For example, incorporating nutrient-dense foods like nuts, seeds, and fruits can help recharge your energy stores. Additionally, practices such as light stretching in the morning or short meditation sessions can balance your body and mind, preparing you to better deal with these changes. Often, this adaptation also manifests as physical sensations, such as tingling or temperature variations. This is completely normal and indicates that your spiritual energy is adjusting. To alleviate these effects, consider setting aside time each day for deep breathing exercises or even listening to music at healing frequencies, such as 432 Hz. These practices help harmonize your energy and relieve the pressure your body is experiencing. Throughout this process, you may notice that, even with tiredness, there is personal growth happening. Every effort your body makes is contributing to its evolution. And as you go through this adaptation phase, you also begin to notice a broader frequency shift, both in the way you perceive the world and in the way you connect with yourself and others. Frequency shifting is one of the most fascinating aspects of spiritual transformation. It's as if you begin to operate on a whole new level, where you perceive the world with greater clarity and depth. This change is not only emotional or mental, but also energetic. You may feel more connected to the universe, noticing synchronicities, such as repeatedly encountering the same numbers or coming across people and situations that seem to have a greater purpose. These changes can be intense and even uncomfortable. Your physical and energetic body works to adjust to this new level of vibration, which can result in symptoms such as muscle pain, tingling sensations, or persistent tiredness. To facilitate this process, it is essential to take good care of yourself. Practices like meditating silently or spending time in nature help stabilize these new frequencies, allowing you to integrate them more smoothly. This new frequency also influences your way of relating to the world. You may notice that certain environments or people no longer resonate as they used to, while new connections, more aligned with your life purpose, begin to emerge. This is the ideal time to establish clear energy limits. Visualizing a bubble of protective light around you before leaving home, for example, can be an effective way to keep your energy balanced. As you embrace this shift in frequency, you begin to realize that everything is interconnected. Your personal growth journey is not just about you, but also about the impact your spiritual energy has on the world around you. And as you adjust to these heightened vibrations, you may notice an even stronger calling to connect with practices like meditation and introspection, which strengthen your connection to the universe. Now that you know the signs of spiritual transformation and know how to face them, the question is, what are you going to do with this knowledge? Let these changes go unnoticed or embrace the opportunity to grow and connect with something bigger. This journey is not for the faint of heart, it is for those who have the courage to look within and transform what no longer resonates with their life purpose. Are you ready to step out of your comfort zone and really listen to what your soul is trying to tell you? Spiritual transformation is a gift, but it requires action. Start today, even with small steps, such as taking a few minutes to meditate, rethinking your eating habits, or writing about the insights you gain throughout this content. The more you engage, the more aligned you will feel with the higher frequencies that are shaping your new reality. And, of course, this journey doesn't have to be lonely. If you want to continue learning and growing, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. This way, you don't miss any content and can continue to deepen your self-knowledge. Let's go on this journey of spiritual expansion together. Your next step could be the one that changes everything.